The world is doomed and you are one of the last survivors. To make it out alive for 7 days, you have to explore unsafe locations and face unexpected daily events. But you're not alone. Your fellow survivors depend on you just as you depend on them. Every day you must discuss, negotiate, and decide. Do you sustain yourself or help someone else survive? This is End of the World, a transformative survival board game where every decision has a cost. The goal is simple, to survive the week, but how you survive and who you choose to save reveals far more than your resource count. And here the dead don't disappear, they return as ghosts who can help or retaliate. The game is played by 5 to 8 players. Each day you choose a location to explore to gain these location-specific resources, but every area has an exact number of people to occupy. If the group cannot agree on how to meet this capacity, you may lose the opportunity to explore these areas. The core loop is simple. Players discuss where to go, place pawns, reveal the day's event, use their effect, deal with the consequences, and negotiate how to distribute resources. And if ghosts are present, they can apply their influence over the group. We designed the game to evoke fellowship, challenge, and expression. Players must empathize, form alliances, and sometimes betray, all while managing scarcity. Personal or group abilities, ghost cards, and open discussions give players agency to resolve conflicts and decide how scarce resources are shared. Our game aims to explore how empathy changes under survival pressure. The mechanics intentionally create moral discomfort, asking players to weigh altruism against self-interest. We want our players to reflect on who they become when resources run low and what their choices say about them. To bring this experience to life, the mechanics in our game were designed to create meaningful reflection. Players start with very few resources, and daily consumption continuously drains what they have. This scarcity exposes true motivations and forces negotiation, sometimes building trust, sometimes leading to selfish choices. Each area also has strict capacity, so the players must coordinate who goes where, creating temporary alliances that shift as needs change. We then have the random event cards that create shared narrative beats. These can injure, eliminate, or disadvantage players, triggering empathy, guilt, or frustration depending on how players respond. Each player also has one special ability they can use only once, either to save themselves or the group. This decision often becomes the emotional peak of the game, and when a player dies, their story isn't over. Ghosts can help or sabotage the survivors, which often reflects how they were treated when they were alive. Our design creates an atmosphere of uncertainty and expression of empathy or guilt. Players must constantly evaluate each other's values and take their perspectives. Do they save an injured teammate who consumes more, or do they let someone die to secure their own survival? These moments relate to the hero sacrifice, where players decide whether to save someone else at their cost, the bystander effect, where players in a larger group are less likely to act when someone is in danger, and the scarcity trap, where the lack of resources leads to narrow decision-making. All of these dilemmas push players to rethink their moral values and reflect upon their own behavior under stress. For a more purposeful design, the Magic Circle immerses players in a temporary survival mode through physical proximity, event reveals, and active table talk. For a more inclusive design, we relied more on chance rather than skill. Every player takes full agency with each character role, and even eliminated players continue to participate through the ghost mechanics. Through surveys and observation, we learned that this agency ensures players to really take the responsibility for their actions. Shared risks and open decision-making make the game accessible to different playstyles. We also intentionally introduce perceptual and cognitive dissonance. Players know empathy is good, yet scarcity pressures them to act selfishly, lie, or hoard resources. These moments make players question whether maximizing personal survival is worth abandoning others, and that's where the transformation happens. Our playtests revealed how players actually behave under scarcity and dilemma pressure. Scarcity immediately raised anxiety and negotiation levels, and players bargained for survival. Many chose self-preservation once the events came, and those who were sacrificed to die often returned to take revenge. For metrics, we saw longer discussion times when eliminating a player, showing moral difficulty. Adding more negative event frequency created stronger discussion and emotional reactions, and these patterns matched our desired player experiences. Earlier versions of our game provided too many resources and had area-specific cards that didn't affect most of the players. This reduced tension, any sense of dilemma, and the urgency to use special abilities. So we drastically reduced positive events, increased the daily consumption, and strengthened the severity of negative events to reintroduce the tension. Our game encourages genuine self-reflection by combining survival strategy with social interaction. Would you like to find out how you would survive?